That's what Cab Jed here from Retiring Disgracefully. As you can see, it's a bit of a rainy day today. Weather hasn't been too good the last few days. In fact, it hasn't been that great the last few weeks. But it looks like the rainy season's coming late this season, because we didn't get much rain earlier in the season. High season, or what would have been the high season if it wasn't for COVID, starts in about 2 weeks' time. So the weather will improve soon. It's the time of year when it's going to heat up, and we're not going to get any rain for months and months, so I might as well enjoy it while we've got it here. There's nothing else to report on the certificate of entry, the new rules for that. They still haven't issued any orders or directives about that as yet, but that might come in the next few days. However, last night they have upgraded the quarantine-free entry into Thailand. There's 7 stipulations that will allow you to enter Thailand and not have to go into quarantine. The first one is foreign visitors must arrive by air and come from a low-risk country approved by the Thai Public Health Ministry. They haven't actually stipulated which countries as yet, but I would imagine most countries like Australia, UK, USA. And many countries in Europe, I would imagine, but that's to be seen in the future. Number 2 is you must have proof of vaccination with 2 doses of a recognised COVID-19 vaccine. So you would have to contact the Thai embassy in your country to find out what vaccine that is. I would think Sinovac might not be, but obviously Pfizer and Johnson & Johnson, I'm sure they will be the ones that are recognised. Number 3 on the list is you must have a negative PCR test result within 72 hours of departure from your home country. Number 4 on the list is you must have at least $50,000 in COVID insurance coverage. So you must have a certificate of insurance when you arrive to produce to immigration on arrival that you have at least $50,000 coverage. Number 5 on the list is you must have proof of a hotel booking. So before you leave your country, you should go online and book your hotel. A lot of bargains here at the moment, so no problem there. Number 6 is travellers must download the Morchana app and take a second PCR test on arrival or within 24 hours of arrival. And number 7 on the list, if the second test is negative, visitors can continue on their journey without any further quarantine. So if you pass your second one, which will be taken at the airport, you can free to travel throughout Thailand and have a great time. But having said that, there's 7 directives to allow you to enter Thailand without quarantine, but there's still some unanswered questions. I'll read directly from the Thai Tiger, because they get on the up-to-the-minute news directly from the government, whereas us plagues have to wait a little bit before we can get it. So what they've said, I'll read directly, is, however, with just over 10 days to go, a number of things remain unknown. Chief among them is the list of low-risk countries, as well as the rules for vaccinated adults travelling with unvaccinated children. Clarity is also needed on whether travellers need proof of a hotel booking beyond their first night in the kingdom, and if this applies to expats with homes in the country. So do they have to stay, if they have a house in Chiang Mai, can they just go straight to Chiang Mai and go to their house, or do they have to spend some time in a hotel in Bangkok on arrival? Furthermore, Thai embassies continue to advise people to book quarantine hotels, insisting they've received no communication about the reopening process from the Thai government. So, as usual, things are still up in the air. I mean, it's only 10 days to go and there's no definite directives. The embassy still are saying you need to stay in a quarantined hotel. But hopefully that should be resolved in the next few days. So keep a lookout on Thai Tiger. Maybe look at the link and put that into your computer. If you're planning on coming here, just check on that every day. Obviously check with the Thai embassies and anything online that you can check with, because what I'm telling you is only what I'm reading as well. It's not, and governments they change their mind quite often, so even if it's written in stone today, tomorrow they can do a U-turn and say something else. So before you actually make the big move and decide to book it, just keep in mind that things do change, but hopefully this time they'll change for the better, because I think the government want to open up. They want people here, so I don't think they're going to put too many obstacles in the way. They should make it a smoother transition and an easier transition if you want to come to Thailand. If you do that, I mean, yes, Thailand is struggling and a lot of places aren't open, but the beaches are beautiful. There's no one on them, they're deserted, they're clean, there's very little pollution, and it is a great time to come if you can make it here. So hopefully this rain's going to disappear in the next few days, because the high season is coming, and that's when the best weather is. November, December, January, February is the best time to come here. Always was the high season when everything's more expensive, but now everything's so cheap because of COVID, so you can come in the high season. If you feel like coming over here and avoiding the quarantine, you can come in the high season and still stay in some very reasonably priced hotels. So in the next few days, as I said, this rain should be gone. I'm sick of just reporting and telling you what the government says and all the doom and gloom about everything here at the moment. But I'm going to get out there and take some great videos to show you what is here in Koh Samui if you decide to get out your country and come to Thailand. If you can pass all the 7 tests that they've put in front of you for a quarantine-free holiday, then hopefully I'll see you here, and you can go to some of the places I'm going to video in the next few days. Since I started doing this video, Thailand has just reissued a list of the countries that are on the low risk register. They have now extended the list to 46 countries of what they consider low risk countries to enter Thailand without having to do quarantine from the 1st of November. Okay, the weather's improved a little bit here now. The last hour and a half it's coming quite sunny now, so maybe the season's about to start and the wet season's over. I'll give you the COVID cases for Thailand for yesterday, the 21st of October. Yesterday in Thailand there were 9,727 new COVID cases, which was about 800 more than the day before, so that's a bit disappointing. They're starting to go up a little bit now. There are also 113 deaths in the 24-hour period between the 20th and the 21st of October. I still can't find out any information on COVID-19 in Koh Samui. THAT last updated their page 2 days ago and put the Phuket COVID figures up, but the Koh Samui figures they still haven't put up, and they haven't been putting them up for quite a while now. I don't know why, but go figure. I think it's important that THAT put the numbers out for Koh Samui. For anyone who either lives here, like myself. I mean, I want to know what's going on here. I'm living here. I think I deserve to know if it's getting worse or if it's getting better. Or for the tourists who they're trying to entice here, it's important that they know what the situation is here in Koh Samui. They do it for other towns. I mean, for the whole of the country, you look at the figures, and they give you figures for Bangkok, Chiang Mai, Chiang Rai, Khon Kaen, Pattaya. But for some reason, I just can't find anything on the internet to tell me what's happening in Koh Samui. So that's all for now. Any new people watching my videos, please push the subscribe button. promise it won't cost you anything. But you will be informed anytime I put a video on. Push the thumbs up button and the link button if you know of anyone who may be interested in watching my videos. If you're thinking of retiring to Thailand or living here for a long period of time, take a look at my book, The Thailand Handbook, the first 6 months. It's full of information of what you'll need to know if you ever want to live in Thailand. Gives you all the rundown of what to do, how to open bank accounts, how to buy a car, how to buy a property, how to rent a property, many things that you're going to need to know. And it's best to know these things before you come rather than when you arrive and make lots of mistakes like I did in the first 6 months of living here. Okay, thanks very much for watching once again, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.